Hey, my friend, let's talk about a big question that so many people have at one point in their life or another. How do I eat clean and treat my body good when I'm so freaking busy? First of all, what I wanted to tell you is it's important, especially for you entrepreneurs, you busy parents, college students, any of us who have a bunch of work on our plates and we're busy all the time. It is even more so important for you to treat your body well and to eat healthy and eat right, because you're wanting to run up here at this level and get all this stuff done and be clear-minded or creative or parent well and be able to sustain all the nagging questions that your kids have and not have a short temper and be alive, vibrant for your husband or your wife and present. And that's why it's so much more that important that we actually are on it. We are on it and we are treating our bodies well. We are eating clean and giving it that very much needed health and nutrients that it needs. And so that's what we're going to be talking about today, my friend. First of all, my name is Nikki Kaiser, and I am a paramedic I actively work as a paramedic, but ended up getting my nutrition and fitness certification because I see the need so much in my job and just my own health struggles I've been through and watching family and loved ones, go through their own stuff as well. And so if you check out my website, it's nikkikaiser.com. I always have free tools and resources everywhere. I created this place because there's so much false information out on the web that I wanted you to have a place that you could come to and trust. I read articles on everything that I put out, and I have resources on everything that I put out. So it's all science-backed. So you never have to wonder or question. So let's dive in to our topic today. So first of all, like I was saying, it's so important, so much more important. Like for myself, I have a lot on my plate all the time, and I have to schedule things out. And that brings me to my first tip here is you have to plan. So I always say this, and you might be tired of me saying it now, but so in in a lot of my stuff I quote Benjamin Franklin, a failure to plan is a plan for failure. So if we don't plan something into our day, if we don't block out the time for it, the chances of us actually doing it is so slim. We're actually, Christy Wright, I know she's not the only one she's just the one that's coming to the top of my head. She's a really awesome business entrepreneur, mom, lady. She's great, but she talks about this. If we fail to plan, or if we actually write something down, we're twice as likely to actually do it. And so, that's really huge. If we actually block out the time, we're twice as likely to do that task. So blocking out time on Sunday to do your meal prepping, blocking out time on Saturday to go and do your grocery shopping, or on Sunday, actually blocking the time out to eat healthy throughout the week, actually blocking the time out to go to the gym, blocking the time out, yes, for even self-care, blocking the time out to chop your veggies and prep them. So it is huge as far as you being successful through the week. Block the time out to do that meal prepping. I'm repeating that one because that's such a big one, because then you actually have those meals on hand and you're not just leaving it to chance, I'll figure out what to eat when I get hungry. Let me tell you, that's like the worst battle of my life, is I get so absorbed into projects that I will forget about eating, and then all of a sudden I'm ravenously hungry and I will eat some serious junk food. Pizza, Domino's, yeah, shameful. I'm just kidding, but yes, it actually happens. I will order Domino's, or I'll, process hot dogs, chips. It's just bad. Or planning. Here's another one. Plan. Actually eat something healthy before you go shopping. Do not go shopping hungry. What happened last time is when I went shopping hungry, I ended up with hot dogs and chips in my cart. I reverted back to this childhood eating habit that I grew up with my family, because we were all poor, processed foods and stuff like that. And so hot dogs was one of my favorite foods. So bad for you. So which brings me to my next point. So don't do your weekly shopping when you're actually hungry. Like I was saying, you've got to get something into your stomach. Our brains think completely different if we actually are on a full stomach rather than hungry, and we aren't as tempted to actually go and buy horrible foods. Take full advantage of your fruits. Don't be afraid to consume any sugar at all. So fruits, there's low glycemic fruits, and that just means that there's not a ton of sugar, a blast of sugar. So low glycemic means that when you eat them, your blood sugars stay relatively low, right? High glycemic foods would be something like white bread. When it's digested, so bread is a carbohydrate which breaks down into a sugar. So when you eat white bread, it breaks down very quickly and it just shoots up your blood sugar, and it hammers on your pancreas, because your pancreas is producing insulin to help that sugar get to utilize it within your cells, right? Because your cells use it as fuel. And so we want to try to stay away from those high glycemic foods as much as possible. So if you have that sweet tooth, start to implement fruits for those, like a sugary coffee or, a sugary muffin. So in the morning, instead of having a muffin, have, a banana or strawberries. Having a bowl of strawberries, they're very low on, I love strawberries because they're very low on the glycemic index. Or have a smoothie in the morning that you put blueberries into. I always encourage people to eat blueberries because they have wonderful antioxidants in them, which just means they are very good for your cells. It slows your aging process. They're good for your brain. So it will help you tremendously to put some of those fruits into your regimen and just start taking out sugars. Another thing is always have nuts around you. So some of the best ones to have are walnuts. Walnuts are super good for your brain, and that's one that I always encourage people to keep around them. They're high in fat content, but it's good fat. So whenever a lot of people think of fat, they're thinking, oh, it's bad, it's high calorie, which they are. Fats are high calorie, but you want the right kind of fats that are good for your brain, for your cells. It's so when your cells regenerate and you create new neurons, you end up, it helps with the process and it helps it run more efficiently and smoothly. Those are the pieces. So healthy fats from like coconut oils and walnuts, those types of fats are necessary for our brains to function right and cells to actually function right. So incorporating vegetables into each one of your meals. So create half of your meal, so between a cup to 2 cups of vegetables in your meals. That'll help fill you up, and that's giving you that nutrient-dense food that your body so needs in order to function correctly and to operate in a healthy way. So also incorporating in your meals, doing lean fish and meats. So just having these things on hand is really important. So if you don't have a chance to meal prep, having these items on hand will help tremendously as far as plan ahead. You're busy, I get it. And so you can just throw something together. So having those vegetables, having the nuts on hand, and then having a lean protein like fish or turkey, chicken on hand. So in that, just a little tip. So as far as typical serving size for females for a lean protein is about the size of your palm. And if you're a vegetarian, so soybeans or chickpeas or kidney beans, so finding another source of protein like that as well. So about the size of your palm for females, and then 2 palm sizes for males. Also, here's another big one is get a thermos or a flask for your coffee. If you're one of those people that stop for coffee breaks, which by the way, on average, these places, these drive-through coffee shops, they end up having their average calories are over 300 calories per drink. And so you're looking at anywhere between like 300 to 600 calories, and it's got that sugar in it that we are trying to eliminate out of our lives in the first place. So just having a thermos or that's on hand, and then that also saves you time, and you're not driving through the drive-through wasting precious time. It ends up like when we go through drive-throughs and stuff like that, it ends up taking more time than we actually think. So using smoothies as a go-to for being able to eat healthy when you're a busy person, I love smoothies in the morning. I love them. I call it my brain power energy smoothie in the morning. So it's something easy for your stomach to digest. It takes me less than 5 minutes to throw everything together and blend it and be done. And so this I put in, and you'll see it. I can put a link in here for my other article on smoothies, but it's one of my favorite things to encourage people to do because it just starts your day out right. It makes you feel good. So you put in, you can do water, or you can do, you'll have to read the article. But anyways, so the smoothies you get blueberries and good healthy coconut oil fats in it, gives you energy, and it's so fast, healthy, easy, and that's what we're looking for, right? You entrepreneur, parent, college students out there, you need to learn how to, we have to become masters of our time and our health, and so this is huge. So making extra food, whenever you make food, here's a huge way to save time, is make extra. So double, triple, whatever recipe you're making. Say you're not, you didn't plan to do meal prepping for the week, and you're like, oh man, I need to make a meal right now. Buy extra. So it's so easy. Take this meal that you're planning on eating and go buy, enough to make 2 to 3 times more than you were planning on. Then you take those extra serving sizes and you put them into dishes and you go throw them in your freezer or your fridge. Huge time saver. Here's another thing is, eating clean while you're busy. Sometimes we're not going to be able to have a chance to, make an extra healthy meal, or we just can't. We forgot our lunch somewhere. We're out in the middle of, the city, and we can't actually get to a healthy meal that we've created ourselves. And so just pick the lesser of two evils. So have a game plan before this actually happens. Because again, when we're hungry, it's all bets are off. Our willpower is down. And so it's harder for us to actually make good decisions. So have a plan. If you ever are out in town, if you forget your lunch, make a plan for the situation. Know where you're going to go and know what you're going to buy ahead of time, and choose the healthier option off of a menu. Know what you're going to buy beforehand, and you can find out the nutritional value of stuff before you actually go to a place. You can look it up online. Have that game plan ready, my friend. All right, so I hope this served you. So I know that there are so many of you out there that, time is one of the biggest complaints that I hear from people as far as living a healthy lifestyle, eating healthy. How do I find time? How do I actually lose weight? How do I get healthy? I don't have time for any of this. Let me tell you something. I promise you, my friend, you can find time. I know there's a lot of us that are busy, but there's a lot of unnecessary things that we're doing in our day, and there's things that are not very time efficient. And I promise you, I encourage you to look at your schedule and start planning your days out and just becoming a time ninja. You can make these lifestyle changes, create a part of who you are as, the healthy lifestyle, clean eating, exercising, and fitness. You can fit this all in. You can do this. So I just want to encourage you for that and challenge you to really do some internal reflection, look at your schedule, and just start moving in a positive direction, just one healthy choice at a time. I hope this serves you. Please share with anybody you think this will help. Don't forget to pick up, I always have free resources in the articles that dive further into this subject that we're talking about. So don't hesitate to grab it. I always have great e-guides or workshops or what have you. But if you have any questions, comment below, share in the Facebook group, ask me, email me. I'm always here. I love to help. So I hope you have a wonderful day today, my friend.